Hello and welcome to another episode of Podfulness. Let's get started.
All good things must come to an end. I believe it was Snoop Dogg who said that. Or maybe it's a proverb from the 1300s. It doesn't matter. This is the season finale of Podfulness Season 2. Will there be a Season 3? I don't know. I do not know. But what I do know is that I've truly enjoyed doing this podcast. And it's been, dare I say, an honor to talk with so many teenagers. The guests this season have been bright and thoughtful and funny and introspective. And I'm not sure what I was expecting, but I was blown away by the varied interests and overall lack of apathy from my guests. Of course, I'm dealing with a very small sampling of the teen population, but these kids are going to do some great things, and I hope I can keep in touch with them. So what have I learned about today's teenagers? I learned that most teens seem to bounce between TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat. Those are the big three. Facebook, Twitter, also known as X, I don't even know what it's called. They are not in the conversation. Teens spend a lot of time on their phones, but they are engaging with friends and they're sharing, unlike adults who just scroll and go down rabbit holes. I was surprised to hear how different their YouTube interests are. There are lots of different YouTubers I've never heard of before, and it seemed like every guest that I spoke with had a different favorite on YT. YT is slang for YouTube, I'm pretty sure. I actually don't think it is. And if it is, now no one's going to call it YT because I just used that expression. I learned that teens know more about the world than I did when I was a youth, and it makes sense because I only had an encyclopedia that I never opened, and they have a supercomputer at their fingertips. I also learned that teenagers want the same things that adults want. They want friendships, meaningful friendships. They want to feel safe, to experience new things, and to listen to good music. Teens, however, seem to be a lot more fun and open and energetic and curious than most folks my age. So it's been a very positive experience for me to get to know them over this last season. And I also, for season 2, I want to thank you, the listener, the viewer, for sharing this experience with me. Thanks for coming along for the ride. And do know that we still have one more interview left, and we're going to do it right now. So, are you ready for Podfulness? Let's get to it. Since that was such a long intro to the show, I'm not going to spend much time here introducing my guest. His name is Victor. He's a senior, 17, getting ready to end his high school career and begin his college career. And just like so many of my guests this season, you're going to like him. He's smart. He spends a lot of time thinking about issues. He sounds unselfish and family-oriented, and I'm so pleased that I got a chance to get to know him a little bit better with this interview. So let's dig in and get to know Victor. Victor, you are my final guest of the season. How does that make you feel?
Makes me feel pretty good. It was a little unexpected
Uh-huh.
you told me, but I'm prepared for it. It feels good to be your final guest.
It's a lot of pressure. You need to be the best interview all season. Do you think you can live up to that?
Well, after like watching your podcast,
Uh-huh.
there's a lot of good videos that are out there, but I'll try my best to.
Okay. Thanks, Victor. Yeah, I've been lucky. I've had really great guests this season. It's been a lot of fun.
It
So
looked great.
you are a senior, correct?
Yep.
You're a senior. And what are you into at school? How do you spend your senior year?
Um, Really, I spent my senior year doing my schoolwork.
Mhm.
Currently, like the classes I'm taking one AP class right now and a dual credit class, so I'm not fully overwhelming
Oh,
myself,
good.
but still keeping myself like kind of competitive at the same time.
Do you feel there's pressure to perform in that second semester of your senior year, or do you hear from your friends, it doesn't matter what you do your senior year, you've already been accepted to schools, like, but your foot's still on the gas?
I would definitely say your second semester and senior year still matters because going to a lot of like college visits, they say they still look at your quarter 3 and quarter 4 grades or trimester 2 or however that works for you.
Yeah.
And they still want to see that you're taking competitive classes and that you're trying your best and challenging yourself to be able to perform at the next level. So I would say your second semester of high school really counts when you're a senior.
Yeah. And what is your idea of college? Like, do you have an idea of where you want to go and what you want to study?
I want to go to Xavier and I'm
Okay.
going to study business.
All right.
But currently, after taking my government class in high school, I was kind of thinking about if I wanted to study political science or if I wanted to study law.
Wow. So that tells me you had a good teacher then, right?
Yeah.
That made the subject interesting. So what is it about political science?
I just feel like, well, for political science and law, I just really want to get more involved in like our government and everything because there's a lot of things that's going on that we don't fully like know how to help each other with because there's
Sure.
just so much going on and we don't fully understand each other. So, like, my goal if I went into those fields is to like try to bring an understanding between people so there's not as much controversy and violence between us.
I like that, Victor. I like that. This November, will you be 18?
Yes, I will.
So you'll be able to vote for the first time.
Yeah, I have to
And
register.
you have to register. See, this is what happens. Young people get so excited about voting, but then they either forget to register or they forget that it's election day. So I hope you can get out there and vote. Well, I know you
I do
will
too.
because of your interest. Um, in the questionnaire that you sent to me, this is an exact quote that you said. You said, I like to listen to music, play video games, go outside, play basketball, watch TV, hang out with family and friends. That sounds like me when I was a teenager. I mean, you sound like the timeless teenager. That's exactly how I would have described myself. I mean, that's kind of wild to me. Everybody talks about how teens today are so different, and I don't think you really are. Do
I don't
you
think
think
so
that?
either. No, because like all of us, like we surround ourselves with people who we like doing the same thing.
Hmm.
So everyone has so much in common that you can meet anyone and you will have something in common with them and you will bond over something,
Yep.
even though you will go on to eventually like um in the worst case scenario not like each other, but you guys still have something in common and enjoy something. So like everyone has something in common. It's just how you find that between each other, really.
Right. Do you feel like you're the one that has to approach other people? Do you take it upon yourself to try to make that connection, or do you feel like it's reciprocated and sometimes other people do it for you?
As I get older, I feel like I definitely try to push myself out more because I realize like since I'm getting older, I can't like be shy because if I'm like shy,
Right.
I'm going to lose opportunities and I need to gain those opportunities to make connections with people.
Yeah.
So like when I go to the gym, I always try to introduce myself to new people, give them a compliment. That's how I usually start my conversations off so I can build that foundation to see, hey, I'm trying to be a nice guy and I want to have a bond that we can know each other on, but that's not too personal, but that we know each other on.
Man, you are a rare 17-year-old. I do love that. And you are approaching the end. I mean, you're just a month away from graduation. Is
Hmm.
this something you've been looking forward to?
It definitely makes me nervous thinking that I'm approaching graduation, but at the same time, I'm kind of, I would, I'm gonna say excited
Okay.
because it's like I'm gonna have a new opportunity, meet new people, um, and have new experiences that would change
Hmm.
my life
Yeah.
for the better, or is things that might affect me in the long run.
Yeah. How would you rate your teenage experience? Has it been
I
mostly positive?
My teenage experience has definitely been really good. Good family, good friends, good influences. Um, put myself in situations that I know that I'll be safe and at the same time I can learn from them.
Hmm.
So I feel like my teenage experience has been very good compared to like other people's.
Yeah. So right now everything is fresh, right? So you can remember what you did last week in school and the week before that. But as time goes on, those memories kind of fade. So what do you think when you look back on your teenage years and your high school experience, what do you think is going to stand out the most?
I would think something that'll stand out the most is definitely like kind of how I said earlier, the connections I made with
Yeah.
my teachers and my friends. And because I feel like teachers, since you spend most of your days with them, you spend 7 to 8 hours with your teachers, they have a big influence on the
Right.
things you learn, what you do, and how you like put yourself out in public in the same way with your parents and your friends, because the friends you hang out with is like kind of reflects like who you are, I feel like kind of as a person.
Yeah, you can tell a lot about someone, I suppose, by the people they hang out with for sure. And that's why parents are always worried about certain kids being a bad influence on their child, right? Because yeah, because birds of a feather kind of flock together. So middle school or high school, where was the better cafeteria food?
Uh, well, eighth grade we had like would cater food to us, but
Wait, what?
you,
You
yeah,
had catered eighth grade meals?
yeah, well, Wednesdays and Fridays, but we got our
Okay.
lunch Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday.
Okay.
But for high school, people think I'm like crazy when I say this. I like my cafeteria food, and
I did too. That's all right.
yeah, and they're like, there's like cafeteria food so gross. I'm like, they provide us food. It's I would take that any day of the week.
Sure.
So,
What is your favorite?
my favorite would have to be we have like spicy chicken nuggets on Mondays
Huh?
sometimes, and they're just
Right.
so good.
Okay. Everybody loves chicken nuggets. When I was in high school, we had the square pizza. Is your pizza round or is it a rectangular?
Our pizza is square, but on Fridays we will have like a triangle pizza. The square pizza is definitely way better than the triangle pizza.
They mix it up, different shapes, so they're teaching geometry at the same time they're feeding you.
They are.
Yeah, right. So let's talk about your social life real quick here. In the questionnaire, you said that the color of my skin makes me deal with racism quite a bit. When did you first start noticing that?
I first started noticing that really like I always knew it was there, but especially as I went into high school because like
Really?
yeah, a lot of kids would kind of like start judging you and make racist jokes and think it's funny, but personally I wouldn't think it's funny. I would tell them that's not funny. But no matter like who they are, they'll probably keep making those jokes. So I use that to like really find my self and try to distance myself from those people as much as I can so I can like not get angry or upset because I know if I get angry or upset, I lose my composure. And that's something like I feel like you have to keep because if
Yeah,
you lose your composure, you lose all your credibility.
right. Do you think those students were doing it because that was their way of kind of bonding, or do you really feel like in their heart they really were truly racist?
Sometimes it's a hit or miss,
Yeah.
but sometimes, things come from the heart and like sometimes it's after watching a lot of videos, I feel like I have to try to forgive those people because it's not all the time their fault. It can be an influence in the house that was just portrayed upon them. And
Hmm.
it's just at the end of the day, it's on them to try to become better in a way.
Sure.
I watched a guy say he was friends with all these different type of people who did evil and people like a usual normal person would separate themselves from him. But he wants them to change their ways so they can like become kinder and better for the people around them. So I trying to take that into account
Yeah.
that I should probably try to forgive than hold a grudge.
That's hard.
It is.
That you're the bigger person. So when you are out, I'm assuming you have a diverse group of friends.
Yes, I do.
Right. So when you are out, let's just say with all white kids, do you feel the adults around you treat you differently or are watching you closer? Can you get
Yeah.
a sense of that?
Yeah. When I go into the stores, so usually after my like 2 years ago, we'll have soccer practices before me and my friends can drive. So we'll walk to the store closest to our school
Right.
and they'll feel comfortable just going in with their backpacks. And I will always have to leave my backpack at the front because it's different for me because they'll feel that I'm stealing. And so to try to eliminate that accusation that will pop up in their head, I would just leave my bag at the front, even though they'll bring their bag. And one time I brought my bag and I definitely had a lot of eyes on me.
And it's ridiculous. Who are the worst offenders? Do you feel like it's older people? Do you feel like it's all ages?
Well, it's
But that show racist tendencies towards you, whether it's microaggressions or just outright racism.
well, currently what I've been around, it's definitely been like younger, but
Mm.
um, there's definitely been times where I've seen older people um tend to have the racist tendencies just because it was closer to the time where all the segregation and equality was, and so yeah.
So do people ever try to speak Spanish to you? Because
Well, since I am Mexican, so I'm half black and half Mexican, so
there you go.
um,
Since you are half Mexican, what happens? Do people talk to you in Spanish or do they try to speak English slower, assuming you don't speak any?
I've never had to speak slower to me in
Okay,
English, but
good.
I definitely had people try to speak Spanish to me, and I don't know Spanish, and so it's definitely like a weird experience, but it's something I'm trying to get into and learn more of so I can fully connect with my culture.
What language did you take in high school?
I took Latin my first year and it was really hard and I didn't really have like a passion to try to like understand it.
Yeah, really? I mean, when was the last time I heard anybody speaking Latin in public? Probably,
Yeah.
probably never.
And since like I wasn't really trying to go into like a being like a doctor or nurse or anything,
Right.
I decided to drop the class and I took ASL, which is
Oh,
more
okay.
like I enjoy that more.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that wild though that sign language varies from country to country? You would think that that would be the true universal language, but it's not, is it?
Mm-mm.
The way you say, or I don't know if the word say is correct, the way that you sign different words in America would be different in other countries.
Yeah, it's very interesting how that works because even in America, there's ASL and then there's BSL, which is Black Sign Language, which is because during the time of segregation, there is
Hmm.
some way that the African Americans had to teach themselves how to sign that were deaf. So they
I
created
had no
their own
idea.
with their own slang and everything, which is very interesting. And it goes like countries have different words, and some signs don't even exist in other countries, which is very
Yeah, right.
interesting.
Yeah, sort of like some words don't exist in other countries. So that makes sense. You said that on a happiness scale, you're a 9 out of 10. So what is your secret to happiness?
The secret to happiness is to not let the things that that seem to harm you get to you as much as you want to allow it to.
Yeah.
So, and distract yourself with other things in life, with your family, friends, do things that make you happy because there's going to become a point in time where you won't be able to do which makes you happy anymore. So,
Victor, you seem like a deep thinker. Do your friends get you? Does your family get you?
I would say my family definitely gets me. My friends not as much because I
Yeah,
feel like a lot of the time we're on a not to be like sound arrogant or anything, we're on a whole different like kind of mindset. I feel like I think more of the long run than they do, which is nothing wrong with that because like
sure.
live in the now and have fun while you can because you won't be able to later. But I feel
Yeah,
like
so your friends are the YOLO mindset, right?
yeah,
Yeah. But you have a little bit of that, but you also know that there's more beyond this point.
yeah. My mom tries to really enforce that in me.
Yeah.
Like she's like, you have to get your stuff together now, so when you go out there, you're ready for what the world brings to. So
And did she use the word stuff?
no,
Or
that's
no?
just me.
I didn't
I
think
just
so.
use my I just use my own vocabulary in it because like I feel like kids, we don't really want to copy everything our parents say
Right.
because we want to have some
Probably
type of
smart.
credibility.
Right, of course. So, Victor, is there anything you want to ask me? So, every episode, I like to have teenagers ask me anything, whether it's a question about life as an adult or parenting. This is your chance.
When did you realize it was like being a kid and becoming an adult was two totally different like things? Where did you find that in your life?
Oh, Victor, that's a fun question. So, you would think after you graduate college, that's when you feel it, but it's not because even though you're coming out of college and you're starting a job, or in my case, I couldn't find work in my major, so I had to live at home for a year, you're still just only taking care of yourself.
Mhm.
So it's not really until I had kids. So at the age of 30, when I felt like, oh, now I'm an adult. Like now I've got this other life that I'm caring for and moved into a house and I have a mortgage to pay. And if I lose my job, I still have to pay the mortgage. And so that's when I really felt real life happened was when I had children. Um, so like the 20s, you're still trying to figure things out and you still have that childlike energy and you still have a lot of freedom and not a lot of commitments. And so I'm sure there are other people that have never had kids that feel like they became an adult at some age, but I feel like 30 is kind of that number where you're no longer uh uh it's almost as if when advertisers stop taking an interest in you, that's when you're an adult.
Okay.
You know, everything on TV is aimed at youth,
Hmm.
and it's not aimed at me anymore. So I guess I'm an adult. And
That's
also,
it.
Victor, later in life, when you really feel like an adult, is when you start caring for your own parents.
Okay.
That's when you realize, oh, yeah. This is if I'm not an adult by now, then I'm never going to be able to handle it. So, yeah, that's a really fun question to think about. You're not an adult yet, Victor. You can still have mature thoughts, but still, please be a kid and make mistakes.
I'll try
Yeah,
because it's like it's coming to an end.
it's coming to an end, just the high school part. All right, so let's take a short little break. And when we come back, I want to hear about what you're spending your digital life looking at and streaming.
Okay.
Victor, you said that your favorite movies are Get Out and Us, right? Is
Yes.
that because you just love Jordan Peele, or just happens that you guys have similar sensibilities?
Um, I definitely feel like it's just I love like his movies. It's
Yeah,
just because they have they have so much detail in them that you'll think something's gonna happen and it'll just turn the whole opposite way and it'll catch you off guard. So that's
yeah.
why I really love those movies.
It's so surprising that he became such a great director so quickly because he's a funny guy. Did you ever watch Children's Hospital?
I don't think I have, but it definitely sounds like a good movie that I want to watch.
Well, actually, it was a TV show, but
The
that's
show?
where I remember seeing him. And have you watched Fargo yet?
Mario, no.
The first season of Fargo, he makes an appearance with Key. So the two of them play FBI agents. And so it's
Okay.
really kind of funny that you're seeing Key and Peele in the TV show Fargo. So anyway, so Get Out, Us. Are there other movies that make an impact on you, or directors?
Um, I don't, I wouldn't really say so. I just like watching movies with my parents because I feel like that's a good bonding experience because we will like we have our own
Completely.
little inputs to put in. So,
Yep. Yeah, we do movie night pretty much every weekend. We make our own pizzas and then we watch a movie. Yeah, I'm in total agreement. As far as music goes, I know you have varied interest, right?
mhm.
All right. So if you were to turn on music right now to put yourself in a good mood, what would that be?
Um, to put myself in a good mood, I love listening to like really music before the 2000s. Even though
Oh,
I still
really?
listen to music before the 2000s, like now I was listening to Alicia Keys,
Okay.
Mario,
Okay.
Neo, Mariah Carey, artists like that. Because
Okay.
I just feel like they're lyrical genius. They say a lot of things that aren't just like gibberish. They say words that mean to have a purpose to what they're singing about.
Yeah, there's a lot of gibberish out there. They just because it rhymes doesn't mean it's going to make sense.
I
Um,
fully agree on that. Like
who
rappers now.
Yeah. So is there an artist that's really popular that you just can't get into? You just can't figure out why
Um,
people love him or her?
I don't
I'm not saying we're
wouldn't
going to badmouth them. I'm just saying, is there an artist that you're like, it's not my thing, but everybody else loves them?
I would say someone that I don't really particularly would listen to was is like a lot of Drake. Even though he has some good
Okay.
songs that I like, I wouldn't like fully listen to him because I just don't see a lot of meaning in the words he like sings about
Okay.
or raps about.
Fair enough. Is there a song that has a special memory for you?
A song that has a special memory for me is the only modern rapper, well, rapper, I feel like he kind of sings more than raps in my opinion,
Okay.
is Rod Wave. I l- I love Rod Wave. He has
Rod
like
Wave? I
yeah,
don't think I know Rod Wave. I'm going to write that down.
I genuinely think he's like a lyrical genius. Like I think
Okay.
he's one of the only rappers now whose words has meanings that reflect his life, and I love that when artists reflects their situations into their music because people can bond and make connections with the artist.
Right.
So a song that definitely holds a special memory. Well, yeah, it's special. Is Great Gatsby by Rod Wave. It's when we lost City to Cathedral and yeah, in
Okay.
soccer.
Okay. I'm going to write that one down. Have you been to a lot of concerts?
I've only I think been to one concert
That's
and it
it.
was
What
the
was it?
Pitbull.
You you went to see Pitbull?
Yeah, it was really good. It was I
Was it
think it
like a
was
beach party the whole time?
definitely a lot of yeah, beach activities going on at the concert,
Right. Was it an outdoor concert or indoor?
outdoor, and it was hot. It was
Oh,
really hot.
perfect. Hot outside, humid.
Yeah. Too
right?
many bodies too.
Too many bodies at the Pitbull at the Pitbull concert. Do you play an instrument?
In middle school I played the clarinet, but currently I do not play any more instruments.
If you could play one instrument and be really good at it, what would it be?
An instrument that I would genuinely play and be really good at is, I would say either the piano or guitar,
Okay.
because there's just a lot of those around random places that you can just pick up and start playing.
Yeah, you could jam whenever you want.
Mhm.
Um, so you are on your phone how much a day?
Currently I'm on my phone about 5 hours a day, which isn't like
5 hours.
great.
What was that?
It
Like,
isn't great to be on your phone that long, but
no, it's not great, but something that I've noticed, and I even mentioned this in the introduction, is that when teens are on their phone, they're doing a lot more socializing than when adults are.
mhm.
Adults spend a lot of time in their own head and they scroll through stories and they get mad or whatever, or they post rants. But my sons are usually snapping their friends or they're maybe FaceTiming. So are you spending that time being actually social, or are you playing games or getting lost in news stories, or how are you spending it?
I use my time on my phone, so a little portion of the time I use it to check my schoolwork, my emails, all
Hmm.
that.
Yeah.
And then I, for the rest of the time, I'm usually like texting my friends and asking my friends if they want to hang out, or my friend that I go to the gym with, asking him what time are we going to the gym so we can get our workout in.
Okay. So, other than family, when was the last time you actually talked to someone on your phone? Not FaceTime,
Um,
but made a phone call.
Made a phone call, definitely last night, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, last night. Okay. Because I don't think I've ever seen my boys actually talking on the phone. I
Yeah.
think they
I,
forget that it works that way.
I feel like when you talk on the phone, it's more sincere than texting on your phone because if you're checking in on someone, it's more sincere to hear your voice
I
and it's
agree.
comforting.
I like it. You're an old soul. Right. So, are you on TikTok at all?
I am on TikTok. I like making TikToks occasionally, and I also always set out a little portion of time before I go to bed, even though it's bad to watch a little bit of TikTok because I don't get as much time throughout the day because I'm
Okay.
busy.
So, when you make TikToks, what kind of videos are you making?
I make videos that would people wouldn't see offensive or cause controversy because I'm not trying to get caught up in drama that I don't want to be a part of.
So, it's you talking, or are you doing a dance move, or you?
A dance, definitely a dance.
Yeah, really? Okay.
I can't
Um,
dance though.
so let me ask you this. I saw TikTok has these ad campaigns
Hmm.
where they're trying to change their image, right? So their image is that it's China spyware, or it's only beautiful people that show up on your feed, and it's dancing and it's flirting and it's young people. So they're trying to change their image. And one of their ad campaigns was, it was a family of farmers, and they were saying how we use TikTok to teach people how farming works, and we like to share ideas. Do you ever see anything on your feed that's educational, or you're learning about other cultures or way of life, or is that just a bunch of baloney that TikTok is putting out there?
Well, a lot of like when I'm listening to my friends watch TikTok, I never see them like have educational videos. Me, on the other hand, I always make sure to watch educational videos so um TikTok picks up on the analytics and says, "Hey,
Yep.
he watched this video for this long, so I'm gonna keep putting this in his feed." Because I feel like sometimes TikTok is a news source for like our generation. Because
Hmm.
if we're on it so much, we're eventually gonna find something that's gonna be educational and that's happening in our world that we should be aware of.
And do you feel like it's pretty unbiased and it's good information, or or is there always kind of a slant to whatever you're watching?
It depends on the creator, but most of the time I'll say it's unbiased, just because they're informing us what's going on in the world.
Okay, okay. I didn't even know that side of TikTok existed. That's good to know. Your favorite non-social app, you said, was Amazon.
Yes.
Victor, what are you buying? How much time are you spending on on
I don't
Amazon?
I don't buy anything from Amazon. I just like looking at things that I think is cool because most of the time I'll sit there and think, do I really need this?
Of
And
course.
how is this going to
And the
help
answer is
me?
no. You don't
Yeah.
need anything from
So
Amazon, at least.
I like scrolling and looking at cool things I'll probably want to buy in the future when I
So,
do have the money just to toss out if I want something.
so is it like outdoor stuff? Is it exercise related? What sort of things are you searching on Amazon?
It's kind of all over the place. Like sometimes me and my friends we like to play basketball and outside. So when it gets too late, it starts getting darker. So one time I was looking at a glow in the dark basketball so we could keep
Okay.
playing
Okay.
because we could see each other. We just can't see the ball.
So was that basketball, was it battery operated, or did you have to hold it up to a light and then
I
eventually it
think it
fades away?
was I don't know how to describe it, but I think it just kind of like reflects somehow.
I will tell you, I bought a glow in the dark frisbee. It was worth the
Really?
purchase. Yeah, oh yeah, that was fun.
That
Of
sounds
course, though,
like really cool.
when you're playing at night, you can't see the holes in the ground, so you end up
Yeah,
twisting your ankles. But at least you can see the frisbee.
that's
Um, on YouTube, you said that you watch Men with the Pot.
yeah.
Now, we're not talking about marijuana, are we?
No, of
Yeah, of
course
course.
not.
I know. So, what is Men with the Pot? What is that?
He's just a creator who goes out like random sceneries like outside and he just starts cooking and they're very beautiful sceneries and the food he cooks looks really good and it's really interesting.
So, he's not cooking with ingredients he finds outside, is he?
Oh no, he brings his own ingredients, but he cooks outside. So you're looking at the landscape behind him but you're also watching him cook.
So, if you were to go camping, would you want this guy to be with you for
Um
the meals?
for the meals, yeah, but from the other aspect, I wouldn't want him to be because I don't know him at all.
Right. Well, but you'd get to know him. You're a friendly guy. Where's he located, this man with the pot?
I have no idea. I don't even think he says in his videos where he's at. He just cooks.
Do you see him or is it always his point of view?
It's always his point of view. So you only like see his hands. He would
So, all right. So, Victor, let's transition. We're going to play the final game of season 2,
okay.
and we're going to do so in just a second. Victor, we are going to play a game right now that is 100% opinion based.
Okay.
So, no facts, just opinion, but your opinion has to match with my opinion in order for you to score any points.
Okay.
Otherwise, you are wrong. Because my opinion is the one that's right. And this game is called The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. So I'm going to give you a subject, and you're going to tell me whether you think that subject is good, bad, or ugly.
Okay.
You have to tell me why. And again, if we're in agreement, then you will get a point. And the idea here is to try to get 5 out of 10 at least.
Okay.
Okay. So here we go. I'm going to just keep track of your score first, and then we'll go back and review. Putting ketchup on eggs. Is
That's
that good?
good.
That's good?
Yes.
Ketchup. It's good. Tell me why it's good.
It just tastes good. It adds flavor to the eggs, in my opinion.
Okay. I'm not giving you anything. I'm not going to let you know whether I'm in agreement or not. Straight
Okay.
face for me. All right. How about the bald eagle? Good,
Um,
bad, or ugly?
I say it's
Not the
good.
symbol, the actual animal.
I think the bald eagle's good. It's just a huge bird.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool.
Good. Okay. We'll see how I feel about that. How about having a favorite number? Do you have a favorite number?
I do have a favorite number. Well, I
Okay.
have like a couple. 3,
Okay.
8, 27, 11, 10.
Oh, going prime on some of those. Okay. So is that good, bad, or ugly to have a favorite number?
I feel like it's definitely good to have a
Okay.
favorite number.
You're going all good. Interesting. What about cottage cheese, Victor? Is cottage cheese good,
Ugly.
bad? Okay.
Ug
Why is it ugly?
Cottage cheese is just, I don't think it smells the best. I feel like it's nasty. It's chunky. I don't know why people want to put that in them.
Okay. Okay. How about number 5? What about snap maps? Is it good, bad, or ugly? Now, for those of you listening or watching that don't know what that is, that means on Snapchat, you're able to see where all of your friends are at any time if they have that turned on, that feature. So snap maps, good, bad, or ugly?
Um, I would definitely say it's bad because people would like look at your location
Okay.
and that's a little creepy in my opinion.
Okay. All right. So I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a little break here. We're going to review your first 5 answers, and then we'll get to your second 5. So I asked you if ketchup on eggs was good, bad, or ugly. You said good. That is correct.
Let's
It
go.
is indeed good. I can't eat eggs without the ketchup.
I agree.
I have family members though that hate the smell so much they have to sit across the room from me when I'm
Really?
eating ketchup. Yes. Okay, the bald eagle. You said the bald eagle is good. Truth of the matter is, it's ugly. It is an
Really?
ugly bird. Yeah, it's dirty. It's mean. It doesn't smile. It's ugly. It's a great symbol for America. Ugly bird. So Victor, you're wrong on that one. Okay. Having a favorite number. You said it's good. I agree. I think it's good to have a favorite number. If anything,
So
it gets you more familiar with our number system and your number fluency. And 3 was also my favorite number and still
that's
is.
good.
Anything having to do with 3. Good job. Okay. Two out of 3 so far. Cottage cheese. You said it's ugly, but I said it was bad. So you could argue that those two are similar, but you're right. The consistency, the texture, the flavor, the whole package is gross. You would
It
agree with that,
is.
right? So I think we're in agreement on that. So I'm going to give you credit for that one. And then Snap Maps, you said Snap Maps is bad. I say it's ugly. I just think only trouble comes from that. You're dating someone, you check where they are on their Snap Map. It's not where they said they were going to be. It's going to get ugly. So you missed that one. So right now you've got 3 points.
Okay.
You're doing an excellent job. Now we're going to move to 5 more. Peach cobbler, the dessert peach cobbler, good, bad, or ugly?
That's good. This Thanksgiving, my mom made some and it was fantastic.
Okay, you said good for peach cobbler. All right. What about semi trucks?
Semi trucks.
Mhm.
Semi trucks are bad. I'm only saying this because my family, we got in a car accident from a semi hitting us. So
Oh no. Okay.
yeah.
On the highway, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Everyone's okay.
We're all okay. It was
Oof.
just me, my mom, and my dad.
Did you spin or?
Yeah, we spun a couple of times and like we're very close to like going off like the railing and it was like there's like a steep slant down, so but we're fine.
Oh, okay. That's a thing of nightmares right there. All right. Here we go. I'm going to take my headphones off for a second here so I can't hear you. Good, bad, or ugly? These sunglasses. So these sunglasses, you got the earrings that come along with it. Oh, you can see. Oh, look at that. You can see the reflection right there, the glasses. So those are good. All right, I'm going to take those off. Thank you, Victor. You gave me the thumbs up. So those sunglasses are good. And if you're just listening at home, you really missed out on a special treat right there. Victor, Brussels sprouts. Are Brussels sprouts good, bad, or ugly?
Brussels sprouts are good
They're
if you know how to
good.
cook them right.
Why are they good?
If you know how to cook them right, they're pretty good. It's just when I was younger, I didn't like them, but as I got older, I was like, this is a very good vegetable.
Yeah, okay. Okay. And then finally, ugly holiday sweaters. Good, bad, or ugly?
Oh, ugly holiday sweaters. That's interesting. I would say it's good because it shows your festivities.
Festive. Okay. So now you just need 2 more to be the big time champion here. Peach cobbler, you said it was good. The answer is it's bad. The correct answer is
Really?
yes. You're not supposed to have fruit in desserts. I mean, you could eat fruit by itself, but baked fruit, oh, it's gross.
You're not a fan of apple pie?
No fruit pies. Peach pie, apple pie, even key lime. No thanks. Chocolate
Interesting.
cream, we could talk about that.
Well,
All
I
right.
only like desserts that actually has like the fruit in them. Other than like flavoring, no, I'm not gonna touch it.
Okay. Like an apple pie, the McDonald's apple pie, never.
Really? I
Oh
thought it
yeah,
was pretty
that is
fire.
bad. Okay. So you said semi trucks are bad. That's based on experience, but the correct answer is that they're good. And they're good because they deliver fruit and food and milk and supplies across this country. We need the trucks. They're good.
We do.
Okay. So
Nervous.
you're at 3 still. The next one is these sunglasses that I wore on my face. You said good, and I said good because they're so ugly. So you got that one correct. You are at 4, Victor. Are you going to pass the finish line? Brussels sprouts. You said they're good. When I was a kid, you're right. They were not for some reason, but now they are amazing. They are so
Okay.
good. Yes. Yes. You've got 5. You met the threshold. And then the final one was ugly holiday sweaters. You said they're good. And I said, no, they're ugly. It's in the name. They're ugly holiday sweaters. But you are the big winner, Victor. Well, Victor, as the saying goes, all things must come to an end, right?
Yeah.
It has been a pleasure having you on the show. A special thanks to you and all of the teenage guests that I've had. They've been terrific. I've really enjoyed it. And so on behalf of my entire production team, which is just me, Victor, have a great summer. Thank you so much for listening and watching this season of
Podfulness.